Periva Sharanam. Today we are going to see the 26th sloka of Soundarya Lahari.
Virinchif panchatvam Virinchif panchatvam
Vrajati harirapnoti viratim
Vrajati harirapnoti viratim Vrajati harirapnoti viratim
Vinasham kinashaha
Vinasham kinashaha Vinasham kinashaha
Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam
Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam
Vitandri mahendri
Vitandri mahendri Vitandri mahendri
Vitatirapi sammilita drisha
Vitatirapi sammilita drisha Vitatirapi sammilita drisha
Maha samharesmin
Maha samharesmin Maha samharesmin
Viharati sati tvatpatirasau
Viharati sati tvatpatirasau Viharati sati tvatpatirasau
Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim
Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim
Vinasham kinashaha Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam
Vinasham kinashaha Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam Vinasham kinashaha Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam
Vitandri mahendri Vitatirapi sammilita drisha
Vitandri mahendri Vitatirapi sammilita drisha Vitandri mahendri Vitatirapi sammilita drisha
Maha samharesmin Viharati sati tvatpatirasau
Maha samharesmin Viharati sati tvatpatirasau Maha samharesmin Viharati sati tvatpatirasau
Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim Vinasham kinashaha Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam
Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim Vinasham kinashaha Bhajati dhanado yati nidhanam Virinchif panchatvam Vrajati harirapnoti viratim विनाशं कीनाशः भजति धनदो याति निधनम्
वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ
वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ
विरिञ्चिः पञ्चत्वम् व्रजति हरिराप्नोति विरतिम् विनाशं कीनाशः भजति धनदो याति निधनम् वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ
विरिञ्चिः पञ्चत्वम् व्रजति हरिराप्नोति विरतिम् विनाशं कीनाशः भजति धनदो याति निधनम् वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ विरिञ्चिः पञ्चत्वम् व्रजति हरिराप्नोति विरतिम् विनाशं कीनाशः भजति धनदो याति निधनम् वितन्द्री माहेन्द्री विततिरपि सम्मीलितदृशा महासंहारेऽस्मिन् विहरति सति त्वत्पतिरसौ.
Now we will see the meaning of this shloka. In the last few shlokas, Acharya has been dealing with the Trimurtis or maybe the Panchakritya Murtis and identifying Ambal as the Panchakritya Parayana, who is like a commanding officer above all these 5 Murtis and who takes order from Ambal to do anything. And then he also identifies Ambal as the mother of all these Murtis. That is, these Murtis are born out of the Trigunas that are born out of Ambal. This shloka is also going to deal with the same Trimurtis. We have to keep in mind the context that these Trimurtis were born out of the Trigunas of Ambal and they are ordered to do their duties. And what happens when their duties are over? That is, they have finished doing their duties. Then they return back to their roots, which means they return back to Ambal herself. She is the root, or she is the one who gave birth to these people. Now, after their duties are over, after they have performed all their duties, what happens to them? Nowadays, we hear a lot of people say that they are returning back to their roots. What does it mean? For various reasons of employment and other opportunities, we have gone out of our village of our state, and some people even out of our own country, and we reside in various other countries. And after some time, when we feel that we have lost all the connect with our mother country, we return back to our own country, or maybe to our own state, and maybe to our own village, and we start living in that own village where we were born, or maybe even where our ancestors were born. So in the same way, Acharya deals with these Trimurtis who were born from Ambal and what happens to them when their duties are over or when they have finished performing their duties. So we will keep this background when we are dealing with this sloka. For a better understanding of this sloka, what we will do is, we will go from the last line and then come to the first line. In this Soundarya Lahari, Acharya has called Ambal in various names. That is, he has used various names to call out Ambal who was just present before him. We have seen that there is a particular purpose for calling out Ambal with that particular word. Even while calling out some other gods like Manmatha or Shiva, he has used particular words that relate to that sloka or give out a specific meaning. For example, we heard the story about Sadashiva, which Periva told. In the same way, here in this sloka, Acharya is calling out Ambal as what? Sati. That is what is given in the last line. What is that? Sati Tvatpatirasau. How it is split as? Sati Tvat Patihi Asau. Sati is the name of Ambal. We all know that. We will come to the story of that later. Tvatpatirasau. Tvat, your, Patihi Asau. That is, Pati is your husband. Your husband who is there. That is, pointing out to that husband who is standing near you. Just like that. So, Patihi Asau. Why is he calling Ambal as Sati? That Periva explains in a very elaborate story in one of the parts of Devatin Kural. He says that Ambal at one point of time was born as the daughter of Dakshan called Dakshayani. The detailed story of Dakshayajnam and Sati Devi is given in the Lalitha Sahasranamam exposition in Tamil. The description box provides a link to the Kanchi Periva Forum channel where you can go and listen to it. Here, cutting short that story, Periva says that because Lord Shiva was not given appropriate respect that has to be given while doing a yagam, Dakshayani gets angry and upset and she says she doesn't want to have this deham or the body that was given by Dakshan, or she doesn't want to be or live as the daughter of Dakshan. So what she does, she sacrifices her body in the fire of that yaga itself. So Ambal shows what a Pativrata Stri or the highest form of chaste women do, and that is why Ambal is given a very, very special name called Sati. She displays the highest form of chastity, and that is why she is called as Sati. That is the situation when Dakshayani, that is Ambal, who is in the form of Dakshayani, gets the name Sati, and that is why even in our Bharat, we had the practice of Sati, which means a life that is always with your husband and also even after death, where you sacrifice your own body to be along with your husband even at the situation of death. Though it was the name of Ambal, Sati, the practice itself then came to be called as Sati. Of course, it was banned later. Though it was the name of Ambal, it became the practice which showed the highest form of chasticity of women. Acharya uses this Nama Sati so as to show that she is leading by example and she is the foremost among all the Pativrata women. He is calling out to Ambal as Hey Sati, and then the shloka continues. So now we will see the first line now. Virinchihi panchatvam vrajati harirapnoti viratim. Virinchihi is Brahma. We have seen this word being used by Acharya in many slokas. Second is panchatvam. Panchatvam means kind of dissolution or death or ceasing to exist, which means proceeding to death or he attains death. So, Virinchi Panchatvam Vrajati means Brahma or Virinchi proceeds to death or he ceases to exist. The next words are Harirapnoti Viratim. It is split as Harihi Apnoti Viratim. Harihi, we know, is Lord Vishnu. Apnoti Viratim. It means the same as what it was told for Brahma, that is Panchatvam Vrajati. The same way here, Hari also comes to an end or meets an end. So the same thing is given in a different word. Periva says this as there is a full stop for Vishnu as well. Why does this happen and how does this happen? All that will come in the next line. Vinasham Kinasho Bhajati Dhanado Yati Nidhanam. This is where the beautiful wordplay of Acharya comes in. Vinasham Kinashaha. What does this mean? Kinashaha means the one who is responsible for destruction or deaths. So Kinashaha Vinasham Bhajati. So the one who is responsible for the deaths, that is Yamadharmaraja, also gets destroyed is what this line means. Yamadharma, who is responsible for the death or destruction of everyone, also gets destroyed. The next words are Dhanado Yati Nidhanam. Dhanadaha means Kubera or the Lord of Wealth. Yati Nidhanam means attains death. Nidhanam is also another word for destruction or death. So all these words are synonyms of destruction. But Acharya, being such an excellent poet, brings out words which will be rhyming for us to hear and to say. That is why even though the words Panchatvam, Vinasham, then Nidhanam, everything mean the same, he has used these words in combination of other words so as to rhyme in such a way that we remember it so easily. Now the next line. Vitandri Mahendri Vitatirapi Sammilita Drisha. When we take the first word Vitandri, Tandri means feeling tired or the feeling of exhaustion. Here a V is added to the word Tandri. Then it means those who do not have that kind of tiredness or exhaustion. Who are they? Mahendri. Mahendri are those who are related to Mahendran, that is Indradeva. Vitatirapi. Vitatihi api. Vitatihi means a row of, or we can say a group. Api means also. Together, if we see Vitandri, Mahendri, Vitatihi api. All the groups or rows of devatas who do not know what is tiredness or exhaustion, who are related to Indra also. Why does Acharya use the word vitatihi api? Why it is a row or group of Mahendras? It is because Indra is not just one person. There can be different Indras. It is a post, and various people at various points of time become Indra, and all these Indras also. There are 14 Manvantras, and each Manvantara has one Indra and Manu, and Indra is the lord of all the other devatas, and that is why Acharya is denoting that all those who are related to the post of Indra. Now what happens to them, or what does Acharya come to say about them? Sammilita Drisha. The word roots drish, pashya means to see, something that is related to seeing. That is why for eyesight we say drishti. So drisha means something related to the eyes. What is given before drisha? Sammilita. It means with nicely closed. So their eyes are fully closed or completely closed. Now all those who do not have any tiredness or exhaustion, or who does not feel any sleep, what happens to them is their eyes are closed totally, which means they have also ceased to exist. They have also been destroyed, or they are dead. Now, when does this all happen? When Brahma is destroyed, Hari comes to a full stop, the Yamadharma Raja and all those who are related to Indra are also destroyed. When does this happen? That is what is said in the next line. Maha samharesmin viharati sati tvatpatirasau. Sati tvatpatirasau we have seen already. Maha samhare asmin. Maha samharam means a time when we call it as Maha Pralayam, or when the whole world is destroyed. Layam means to get absorbed in something. We say that when we were listening to some music, I was totally absorbed into it. When you become so absorbed into it, you are enjoying it and you become one with that person who is singing. In the same way, Mahapralayam means all the things or everything around gets totally absorbed into it. That is why it is called as Mahapralayam, and it is one form of blessing that we get. That is why we don't call it as destruction, but it is a form of blessing where all the things, whether it is living or non-living, everything gets back into the one vastu from which all was created. It is like returning back to our roots. From where we came, we are going and resting back in the same place from where we have come. It is a kind of rest. Otherwise, we Jivans, what we do? We give birth, we die, and it is a temporary rest. Death is only a temporary rest. Then we are born, then we again die. So there is a vicious cycle that is going on. But if you have to break the cycle of birth and death, and if we have to attain some peace for some more amount of time, then that is the time of Mahapralayam, when everything that was created or that came out of this one single vastu, or whatever that gave birth to us, takes back everything into itself. That is why we call it as Pralayam. Layam means to get absorbed. Pralayam means a special absorption. Something that is special. Mahapralayam can also be said as a destruction that was done for something which was very good. Coming back to the sloka, Maha Samhare Asmin. Asmin means during the time of this Mahapralayam, time where all the devatas, including Brahma, Vishnu, Indras, Yama, and everyone cease to exist. And during that time, which is called as Mahapralayam, the next word is Viharati. Viharati means to play. Who is playing? That is what is given in the next line which we saw already. Sati Tvatpatirasau. Hey Sati, your husband who is there, standing there, is playing with you. Something interesting to note here in this shloka. As told before, Acharya has specifically used the word Sati to call out Ambal. We also said what is the meaning of Sati, and it was used to denote that she is in the forefront of all the Pativratas. But here there is a very important and interesting meaning as why this word Sati has been used in this shloka. Now, if we see the whole shloka, Acharya says that all devatas, including the devatas who were born out of her trigunas, even if we take it as the 5 important krityams or the jobs that has to be done by the 5 devatas, panchakrityams, and even the Sadashivam also go back to their root. They are all destroyed. That is, they all go back or fold back, and the only one who is there still is Ambal's husband, who is Kameshwara, who is playing along with Ambal. How is that all these people get destroyed, but only Parameshwara or Kameshwara does not get destroyed? That is the key thing that we have to note here. How is that he is the only one who is living always, even during the Mahapralayam, he is the one who is not destroyed. Where does he get that Shakti from? That is because of your chasticity, or because of the strength of your Mangalyam or the Mangal Sutra that you are wearing. Connect this Pativrata Shakti of Ambal, which keeps Lord Parameshwara or Kameshwara live even when this Mahapralayam is happening, and to denote that, Acharya has used the word Sati and called her out. With a lot of inner meaning only, Acharya has used this word in this shloka, and we are able to enjoy all this only because Maha Periva has brought out all these special points in his discourses, and we are able to enjoy them now. Only Periva, who is the reincarnation of Adi Shankara, can bring out such intricate points because he is the one who wrote it. This is the ordinary or general explanation or the word-to-word explanation that is given for this shloka. But Periva gives us an explanation in the next level, that is Advaita Bhava. In that he says that Ambal gives a state of Sayujyam to a bhakta who just starts saying the name Bhavani. He gives the anugraham of being one with her even to a bhakta who is doing puja and aradhana to her. So he becomes an immortal person. That is, there is no birth or death if he becomes one with Ambal. If we see that in that way, Parameshwara being the foremost upasaka of Ambal, he also attains that stage of Sayujyam, that stage of being one with Ambal, or an inseparable stage where both of them are together, and that is why he also remains immortal, or he does not get destroyed. At the highest stage of Advaita, there is nothing other than that one single Vastu. There is nothing different from that one single Vastu, and therefore there is no destruction. We become free from the cycle of birth and death by becoming one with Ambal. That is attaining the highest position of Sayujyam. So Periva says there is no destruction for a Shakti Upasaka because he becomes one with Ambal. Because she is ready to even give this post of Sayujyam to a Bhakta who is just going to say Bhavanitvam. If we are able to channelize our energies to at least thinking about this position of Advaita Bhava, we will be able to attain some peace within us. With the blessings of Adi Acharya and Maha Periva, let us all tightly hold on to the lotus feet of Ambal to attain the greatest position of Sayujyam. Periva Sharanam.